Hello everybody, Giuseppe here, inventor of Wheel Potential. What we're actually going to do here is I'm going to go through how a habit is formed, starting with these first three molecules here. Alright, this is a molecule set representing neurons. I'm going to go close here, forgive me for maybe making some extra noise and flubs, but I am doing this manually. So here's the first stage of building new neural pathways. As you can see, it says new neural pathway number 1. So whenever you begin something brand new that you haven't done before, this is what happens in your mind. You begin to build new neural pathways. Now, every time that you repeat that action, every time that you think about it, you feel about it, you have some kind of result, you get some feedback as far as reinforcement and validation, the neurons get stronger and stronger, and they actually grow. Hence, let's go to neural pathway number 2. You notice it's gotten bigger, right? So you've done it more often, you're repeating it, repetition, repetition, repetition. And scientists can't really agree when a habit is in neural pathways like really form as far as time element. So I'm basically going to use my experience, my personal experience on what time frame. So generally they do agree, scientists do agree, 27 to 60 days takes to build a nice strong habit. Early stages they don't really know. So we're going to move forward to the next stage here. And this is stage 3. As you can see, it's gotten a lot bigger, right? And in each of these atoms are neurons. So now you've built this larger neuron system, but here's the cool thing. It's not just these individual pieces. What happens is they grow. So I'm going to connect them. These atoms are magnetic. They're called SNATOMs, and they're awesome. I love these things. And they represent the whole. So let's say, over a 60-day period of time, you've got this massive neural network now, right? But here's the cool thing. How does this relate to a habit? Well, you build a neural net while you're building neural pathways, new ones. You're actually creating habits already. They function together and they're built at the same time. So let's look at stage 1 of a habit. You notice it's a new habit, right? It's like the new neuron. It doesn't really have a whole lot of connection. There's no lot of experience going on there. Hardly any repetition. And then you move number 2, the neural network begins to grow again. See, developing habits. So this is, again, you're repeating it, you're reinforcing it, and so forth. And then you get to the beast. This monster, this is a mature habit. Now this habit is monsters. I'm going to go around and I'm going to show you the reason I built this so big in contrast, because I wanted you to see that a very mature habit is difficult to change, but not impossible. All right, so let's take a look at how do we change a habit? And I'm going to focus on the big guy here. So, for instance, New Year's resolutions fail in the first 3 months because people are trying to change this big old thing at once. Impossible. Now, we learned earlier it takes a good 21 to 60 days to even change a habit. So trying to do it in hurry up, I got to change this habit, they fail because there's not a whole lot of substance behind it. It's more reactive than responsive. All right? So let's take a look at what all these individual atoms mean. So I'm going to pluck this green one here. And there's some resistance. Pulling off this magnet. You can see that magnets are inside the hole there. And when you put it on there, it's like you can hear that click, right? Well, it's the same thing when you're trying to change a habit. You have resistance, right? But here's the thing. Each individual atom, let's focus on the white ones for now. I mean, each individual atom is a physical movement. Now, a physical movement are the number of actions required to make this habit function, right? And so when you decide to, let's say you're a smoker and you smoke 20 cigarettes a day, for instance, it's the taking, let's just take the physical movements of taking the cigarettes out of the package. I know they either come in a box or a soft pack, but let's say, you know, you hold the pack of cigarettes in your left hand, and then you, I don't know, take off. I'm not a smoker, but I've seen it done. My dad and my brother were smokers. So you take off the plastic thing that holds on the soft pack, the plastic thing that holds the plastic liner. You pull that off, right? So there's 3 physical movements. So I just gave you those examples, but let's say just taking a cigarette out of the pack is 100 physical movements, right? And each one of these could be thousands of movements right here. So trying to change a habit and trying to bite this thing all at once, you take a physical movement, and you decide at some point, let's say 2 weeks down the road, you say, you know what, just something, man, I learned something cool today. I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll smoke 15 cigarettes this week, right? So here's the green represents 15. But here's the thing, it doesn't work unless you take action. You follow through with new physical movements, right? Because you want to create a new neural pathway. I'm going to show you how this relates to the neural pathway. So then you pull off this physical movement. This is Monday, and the end of the week is Friday. You get to Friday, and you're like, you know what? I did it. I had 1 or 2 days of 15 cigarettes. So guess what? This is removed. You've just changed something about this habit. And as long as you continue to do these new, this is the old, right? This is the old physical movement. As long as you continue to do something new, during that period of change, you will start removing each one of these. It'll take time. But let's go back in time. So there's stage 2, there's stage 1, there's stage 3. What happens is, remember, this is the mature neural network, right? So if you look at it here, you can barely see it right there, neural pathway. This is the mature. What happens is that you removed something from the habit, but what happens is you also removed a neuron that had to do with those 20 steps. Boom, gone. Look at you, shortened, and you eventually will rewrite. If you keep going, you will rewrite this neural pathway to match your habit. And that's why it's so difficult to really change a habit when you try to attack it all at once. It's almost like the business adage of, how do you eat an elephant? Well, you don't really eat an elephant, but in a metaphor, as you nibble it a little piece at a time. It's the same way. So what I'm showing you is a non-all or nothing, right? Black and white. It doesn't work. So if you do it gradually and you have a plan, you need help with the plan. But here's the cool thing. There is something there. Like I said earlier, I'm the inventor of Wheel Potential. So what Wheel Potential does is help you manage that change. So in essence, Wheel Potential helps you rebuild neural pathways by acknowledging and validating what you are doing, and acknowledging and validating what you are thinking and feeling, right? So it reflects you. So if you're interested in trying Wheel Potential out, it's free for 30 days. So what do you have to lose? Try it. If it doesn't help you, then don't continue to use it. But if it does continue to help you in your diligence and your you're really sincere about getting this, whatever you want to work on, be successful, then for sure, download it. And you can go to wheelpotentialnow.com, which is the website, and there's a barcode there, scan that barcode, or you can just go to the Apple or Google store and just type in Wheel Potential and you'll find it in there as well. So I hope this helped, but let's do a review before I say adios and farewell. Again, I'm going to leave these connected so you can see. So you built the neural pathway, it expanded, went to 2, and then now it's 3, and then you have this nice neural pathway. Now it's nice based on the habit you created behind it. So if it's a habit you want to change, it's still pretty cool as far as the new neural pathway goes. And let's go to the habit. So you notice habit 1 about the same size as the neural one. Habit 2 is about the same size as neural 2. And then you got this beast, which is a very mature habit. And it's 3 times the size of the neural 3. But here's the cool thing. I have written articles on what is a habit and and how to change a habit. So if you go to UpJourney, then you type in, what is a habit, or type in my name, Giuseppe, and it'll pop up, and read it. I go really in depth about how to do it. Alrighty, I hope this helped, and may you never be the same again. Giuseppe out.